Morning for Monday, November 16th, and welcome to yet another edition of Overreaction Monday after a bad Penn State loss. Nittany Lions 0-4, and I'm here to tell you I don't think there's a lot of reason to think that we're not going to be doing this again next Monday when they're 0-5, because you got Iowa coming to town this week. Iowa has been playing great. They destroyed Michigan State, and I know Smarty's not any good this year, but 49-7, crushed Minnesota 35-7. You're talking about an Iowa team that has scored more than 80 points and allowed 14 points over the last 2 weeks. All right, so here's the overreaction part, and I think this is going to be interesting because we're going to hear a lot about it this week. Hey, Penn State solved its problems. Will Levis is going to be the quarterback. There's a lot to build on in the second half, so maybe Penn State can beat Iowa. Okay, sure. All of that is true. Penn State did figure some things out. But I want to caution you in this part. Penn State didn't figure out a lot of things against a good team. They figured out some things and they came back and rallied in the second half against Nebraska, which is lousy. Nebraska's defense is terrible. Okay, so yes, I'm calling for Will Levis to be the starting quarterback. All of you are as well. But let's just pump the brakes a little bit on what we saw in the second half with Penn State just moving the ball up and down the field. They did that against a terrible Nebraska defense. They're not going to be able to do that, I don't believe, against Iowa. Iowa, of any Big Ten team other than Ohio State, is the one team that at least comes in and plays physical, tough, grinded out football that you know it's going to be tough to move the ball and score on Iowa. It generally always is, with few exceptions. And this Iowa team is playing great on both sides of the ball. So my overreaction is, let's be careful thinking that Penn State just solved all of its offensive problems in the second half against Nebraska. Now, the defense did play better, and that was good. And Iowa doesn't have an explosive offense. They have a great running game, and they'll control the line of scrimmage. We know what we're going to get with Iowa. Are we going to get toughness out of Penn State? Here's the one key. I was thinking, okay, I was favored by 2 points, by the way. And I was thinking, I don't know that there's any reason to think Penn State will keep this game close, really. But here's the reason. They're not going to be a turnover machine, I don't believe, in this game. The reason some of these games got out of hand and blowouts and just really, really poor starts were the Sean Clifford turnovers in the first half. Clifford's not going to be the starting. I just can't believe under any scenario, unless Will Levis gets hurt, that Sean Clifford starts on Saturday. And so by taking him out and you remove the turnovers that he has had, if Will Levis can hold on to the ball, even if they don't necessarily move the ball all that great, you can still keep the score manageable and stay within striking distance because you're not just giving the other team the ball in plus territory and giving them scoop and scores or big pick interceptions and long returns. So that's one reason I think that we can think Penn State can keep this game close. But this is week 4 edition of our Overreaction Monday. As I sit here right now, I think we're going to be doing this again with Overreaction Monday with an 0-5 Penn State team next week. Because look, I just think Iowa's pretty good, and I'm not sold at all on this Penn State team. I can't pick this Penn State team for any reason. So right now I'm going to give my score prediction early in the week. Depending on, if there's injuries or whatever, I like to give myself a little bit of leeway here just in case some things change in a crazy fashion. But I'm going to go Iowa 27-20 on Saturday and dropping Penn State to 0-5. But I do think Penn State can keep this in a competitive game, avoid the turnovers. Will Levis, hopefully he'll play as well as he did Saturday and then play even a little bit better because there are some areas where he can improve substantially, especially throwing the ball. Have a good day, folks.